Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, in southwest Suffolk County on Long Island, serving the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area with everything you need this coming winter to make sure that your home or business is free of snow and ice. And they are Long Island's largest rock salt source. So if you need rock salt, they are the place to go, especially those of you who are in the snow removal business. 631-756-1125, the best prices anywhere. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So I'm going to start off with this is the Weather Service snowfall forecast. This is not going to be a big deal. It is the first winter system that we're dealing with. And oftentimes, the first ones are always the worst from the standpoint of traveling around because people have forgotten what it's like to drive in winter weather. Now, for the immediate coast, it's obviously not an issue. And even in areas where we are going to see some snow, we're looking at northwest New Jersey, maybe a coating to an inch. In northwest Connecticut, maybe a coating to an inch or so, perhaps maybe up to 2 inches in northern Litchfield County. In the Hudson Valley, the same, up to about Route 84. Then you start to get into slightly bigger numbers when you head into the Catskills, northern Pennsylvania, 2 to 3 inches, southern New York, and then further up into upstate New York, there'll probably be some 3, 4, 5 inch amounts in a few places. It's the first system of the season, and we've got winter weather advisories that are up in northwest New Jersey, for Warren and Sussex County, for Orange and Dutchess County in the Hudson Valley, for Litchfield and Hartford counties in Connecticut. And we have more widespread advisories as you go further west and north of there, up the Hudson Valley, up into New England. There's something I do want to point out. The winter storm watch that you see, this is for you weather enthusiasts, unless you're watching from Buffalo, which is possible. Winter storm watch is up for the county surrounding Buffalo, south and west into northwest Pennsylvania, and also in north central New York, which includes Watertown. We may be setting up here for a major lake effect event beginning on Thursday and lasting through the weekend. It's very unusual to see winter storm watches go up 3 days in advance, but they put them up last night. So, judging by what the guidance is showing, it's a bold call so early, but I think it's also a call that is justified. Now, WPC, this is the probability of at least an inch. And just to show you where the southern edge of a 1 to 5% chances in the brown. I mean, we're really talking about warmer air that's going to come in. And even in areas where we have advisories, you're going to see a changeover to rain. There might be a glaze of icing on top of that. And that's probably the other reason why we have advisories on the eastern and southern flank of all of this. But the probabilities go up, of course, as you go further to the north. And I'm just going to switch this over to the 3 day probability of at least 2. And it's higher in the cold spots, again, around the lakes. This takes us, by the way, to Friday morning. And also, southwestern New York, from Buffalo southward over to Erie, Pennsylvania, and maybe back to as far west as Cleveland, and also up in upstate New York in that area east of Lake Ontario. So it's a very interesting situation that is developing. Here's the wide satellite loop this morning as of 9 a.m. as clouds continue to race eastward. And here's a closer view of those clouds as they are starting to come in. We had a cold night last night. Many areas went down into the 20s. The few remaining areas that didn't get below freezing, for the most part, did so. And the radar's fairly loaded. We've got moisture up and down through the Appalachians into the southeastern states. It's mostly rain to the south, and we're starting to see snows advance eastward. Also some snow around the Great Lakes. That includes Chicago and Detroit and Milwaukee. Again, all of this sliding on to the east. Rainfall forecast from WPC for the next out of this system. We'll use the 2-day totals here, and you can see the liquid precip here is going to be on the order of a half to 3/4 of an inch in most places, and there will be some places along the Jersey Shore, possibly touching parts of Long Island, where we could see maybe an inch, inch and a quarter. That should do it. Now, going forward, I'm just going to quickly show you the upper air. And our system goes on through, but watch what happens around the Great Lakes. You have a series of troughs setting up with an upper air flow that is going to be really strong from the southwest. This is a very, very cold trough. You're going to have a southwest wind aloft and at the and a southwest wind at the surface. And this is ideal for that potential big lake effect snow event that will occur not just in western New York and northwest PA, but also covering most of the lakes. And we're going to hold on to that southwest flow because another even deeper trough comes in as we head through the weekend. And it's not going to be until maybe on Monday that we start to see that pull away to the northeast and move out. And in the meantime, the implications for us is basically a cold, when I say us, I mean eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England, is a very cold pattern shaping up with regards to temperatures. So once we get rid of this storm system, by tomorrow morning, most of the rain will have moved up to the northeast and up in New England, snow further north, of course. And then we start to just get into this west to northwest flow with colder air from Canada as each one of those troughs go by. So look for temperatures to start heading down. We'll be in the we'll be in the 40s today, upper 40s to low 50s tomorrow. Then Thursday, low to mid 40s, more like lower 40s for Friday. And I think for Saturday and Sunday, we could have two days where temperatures don't get much out of the 30s, especially for Sunday into Monday as the core of that cold air comes on in. So we're going to start Thanksgiving week on the cold side, but all through that it is going to be dry, and it looks like it should be dry into the middle part of next week and possibly right through Thanksgiving Day before we have to deal with the next weather system that'll be coming up from the south. There's a little bit of blocking developing in the atmosphere, so we're going to have to keep our eyes on what's going on up to our north and eastern Canada for later next week. Weather in 5 is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125, the phone number for the best prices anywhere. Your rock salt source, OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So we're going to keep our eye on things as this storm system heads to the east. I'll leave you once again with the snowfall forecast map here. With the Weather Service numbers. I'm pretty much in agreement with all of this. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight, 7:35 Eastern Time. Should be a fun night, and we hope to see you then.